So I hope you guys have found the answer here. See, everything here, my dear friends, whatever we are discussing, it is totally on the idea that, how you are going to be having the presence of mind at that point of time. See, everything you have read up till now, whatever we have seen here, all of those things, what you can understand from it is that you do not require an exquisite and an elaborate amount of knowledge. Okay, you do not need to have, read or mugged up the whole of the spectrum. No, I'm not telling that. You can also solve it. The things that is going to be tough, if you have been diligently preparing for the UPSC, if you have been, very much affirmative and in a very much positive manner, you have been preparing with all the hard work and the smart work being put in. So I believe that what you will find tough, it is going to be found tough by the other serious aspirants as well. It is not only you who are going to find that particular question tough, everyone is going to find it. So the agenda here is that those questions that is found tough by everyone, how logically and analytically you are going to solve it. Because here what happens is that everyone will be able to solve the easy questions, and the UPSC also knows that. So it is going to create some questions that can also be solved easily if just you are going to think a little bit more. That is going to be out of the book, because the UPSC is not asking questions that are generally, now from the book. They are asking it in a more conceptual manner. So you have to have that particular knowledge on it. So here also, when you see with reference to the evolution of local bodies in colonial India, consider the following statements. Complete popular control in local bodies according to the Montagu Chelmsford report 1918, creation of village panchayats, decentralized commission 1908, abolition of district boards, that is Government of India Act 1935. Now here when you are going to look into this particular scenario, okay, what do we understand here in this particular aspect? What can you actually, what can you actually look at this here? Now in this particular aspect, what are we understanding? Just look at this. There is the complete popular control in the local bodies. Then there is creation of village panchayats here, and then there is the abolition, then there is going to be the abolition of the particular district, abolition of the particular district boards. How many of the following are going to be correctly matched? Now in this scenario, what do we understand? Okay, what do we understand? You yourself think that what have you actually, you know from these previous level questions, what have you actually understood? Means, see, I can tell you the answer, but here you have to think on a logical basis as to what can be the answer here. What can be the answer here? So if I explain this concept to you now through the elimination and through the mindset that we can have, okay, so what can we understand here? All right, just look at this. Complete popular control in the local bodies. Okay, so this has been, the provincial government, if you can recall the Montagu Chelmsford reforms, okay, that is of 1919 act. According to it, what was the idea? That provincial level, okay, the local self government, if you have read that particular topic, you might have known that from the 1858 time period itself, the Britishers were working towards local self government. And then there was Lord Mayo, and then there was Lord Ripon, who are going to be the father of local self government, and they are going to be doing a lot of things for the patronization of local self government. So by the time period of 1919, when there was the diarchy scheme that was introduced, okay, that is provincial, one was the reserved, one was the transferred subjects, then there was provincial and central level governments. So many and subjects were also created, so the local self government had become a subject of the provincial level. So this is somewhat a positive aspect. And what have I told you? Some things that are positive in nature, okay, that are generally correct. Okay, creation of village, okay, creation of village panchayats. Okay, what is this? It is suggested by decentralized commission of 1908. All right, so because creation of village panchayats, decentralized commission of 1908. Now here, what is this idea? Here also somewhat positivity is there. But when we talk about abolition of district boards, what are district boards? The district boards, they would also have been playing they would also have been playing some important element, important role in the management of the municipalities, which was a part of the local self government. That would, municipalities are important for governance at the local level, right? So that is why here, if you are abolishing that part, it becomes negative in nature, that becomes centralized. So by the time period of government of India Act 1935, when the Congress was in power, would this would have happened, okay, at that point of time? No. If in 1918 a provincial autonomy to local bodies is being given a push, so by 1935 that provincial level governance, it is going to be given more push, right? So that is why it is contrary to the above statements also. So that is why the first two are positive, this is negative. So the answer here that we can come up is going to be only 2. Okay, so that is how you need to actually solve it, through the positive and through the negative aspect, that what can be the positive and what can be the negative level understanding. Okay, this is one. Now go through the next question, friends. Go through the next question. Go through the next question. Here, what do we understand from this? Consider the following pairs: development and what was the British motive for it. So, development and British motive. The first one, it is going to be railways. Now, in the railways, what are we seeing? It was primarily for the strategic defense and the market penetration. All right. Plantation industry. Plantation industry, it promoted indigenous entrepreneurship. Port expansion facilitated British owned steamship trade. Now see here, what is the main agenda of the question? Development means we know that the Britishers are going to, focus on development. But what is going to be the British motive for that development? It is always going to be the promotion of British interest. This is very much common, right? You know this. The Britishers were there in India to loot India, okay, to benefit the British. That was the general agenda of the British in India. So here, what is going to be the British motive? The Britishers created the railways during the time period of Dalhousie, and that railways for what? The railways and the railroads were created for what? For increasing, for increasing dumping of British goods in even the localist part of India, and also extraction of raw materials from there. And also from the time period of 1850s, more and more investment was being done in the army. Why? Because a new stage of imperialism had set in after the Industrial Revolution. If you can recall this, okay, a stage of new imperialism after 1850s, because even the other European countries wanted to make India as their market. So these people created railroads for fast movement of troops. Okay, so this is correct. Because the British motive was this, to benefit the British. Second is plantation industry. Now, plantation industry, it was, who were the planters? In the plantation, coffee, rubber, tobacco, who were the planters? Indigo plantation. Who were they? They were the Europeans. And the Europeans benefited from the plantation industry, and the British supported them. So did the Britishers introduce plantation industry to promote indigenous entrepreneurship? Would the British have promoted indigenous entrepreneurship? No, they suppressed the Indian entrepreneurship. So that is what we understand. So this statement is wrong. Then port expansion. The Britishers, why would they have created the ports? So that the British owned steamship trade is increasing. So this is also for the British motive. So here, can you look at the contrast that is there? These two are towards the British and this is against. Okay, so that is how you need to solve it. So here also only two pairs are